What's going on, everybody? Today we've got a new tactic here on the channel for you guys. Today it is my 3-4-3 blue, one of my favorite tactics from FM24. We're bringing it over to FM26. This time around, once again, like usual, tested this tactic with Napoli, but also tested with Swansea City in the championship. Both did very, very well. The Serie A, I'm telling you, this year it is really difficult to pull off a boatload of trophies in the Serie A. Very, very difficult league to do tactic testing in this year, and you guys will see what I mean in a moment. But if you guys wish to give this tactic a go in today's video, I'll be linking my Discord down below in the description where you guys can download the tactic for free from the download section of my Discord. So now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. All right, so we're gonna start off with Napoli's results first. And as you can see in this test, specifically right here, they did not win the league. However, in a boatload of other tests, as I have done this test with them 10 different times, they have won the league usually 70-80% of the time. However, because of how good the Serie A is, as it's jumped up to the second most reputable league within FM now, they struggle to really play in every single competition that there is. You got multiple legs for the Super Cup, you got the Coppa Italia, you got the league, and you got the Champions League. And when you're constantly coming up against Inter Milan, Juve, AC Milan, Lazio, AS Roma, Atalanta, Torino, who are very good in this, Fiorentina, and then some other teams that can also cause some upsets like a Bologna or even a Como at times. Lecce is very good too somehow. It is a very difficult league to test in, and they were doing absolutely unreal all season until the end because they got to the Champions League final. They also got to the Coppa Italia final. They essentially at max could win 2 trophies per test. Wanted to showcase this one to you guys so that you guys could see how difficult the Serie A is this year. So I feel if you guys are doing tactic testing or winning a challenge in your save, go manage in Serie A for a couple seasons because it is most definitely a challenge this time around. But in the Champions League, we ended up winning over Liverpool 1-0 in the Champions League final, and they did not have a easy road whatsoever to the Champions League final. We had to knock out a very overpowered Spurs side in the semi-final to get to the final. Then we also had to knock out Juve, who did very, very well in the Serie A. We had to play them 3 times in 4 games. It was absolutely insane. And then in the round of 16, we had Marseille, which Marseille, for some reason this year, is absolutely insane in FM. I've seen them get to the Champions League final multiple times already throughout testing. But then, like I mentioned, we were also in the Coppa Italia and we ended up winning the Coppa Italia over AC Milan by a score 2-0. And within this test, one of the more influential players this time around was Mr. Kevin De Bruyne, who I actually was playing out wide a majority of the time. It's very fun having him play out wide. He ended up having 13 goals and 13 assists. Pretty kind of average numbers, but he at times did absolutely stupid numbers. So if you can get your players going, you're going to be doing just fine with this system and probably one of the best teams in the world within a couple seasons. But then now we move on to Swansea City. And Swansea City, they are supposed to finish lower mid-table. We got them to finish in second. They were either always in playoffs or finishing second, sometimes first, but it was more so second or in the playoffs, and they only missed out on the title by 2 points to Norwich. So Norwich, Swansea, and Leicester were the clubs going up in this test. They did very, very good, almost scoring 100 goals. If I ever got to watch Swansea City score 100 goals, that would be absolutely insane. All right, so now that we've gone over all that, here we have the tactic, my 3-4-3 blue. It is a 3-4-3 in possession and a 3-4-3 out of possession. Pretty basic, honestly, as well, but the results are not basic. As we can see, you are going to win a lot. You're going to be able to score a lot of goals as well. There's a lot of potential with this system. Just like my 4-2-3-1 target practice, that tactic I feel has a lot of potential this year, but this one as well. I think the second edition of the 343 blue is going to be absolutely unbelievable. So hopefully it does end up being so. But now we're going to get into the in possession rules, then out of possession. Then we'll go over all the instructions. So for in possession, we've got the channel forward up top here. We've got 2 inside forwards, 2 wingbacks, a deep line playmaker with a box-to-box midfielder. I fiddled around a lot with the roles here in defensive midfield. I did have both on box-to-box. I had one as a box-to-box playmaker as well, one as a box-to-box midfielder, one as a DM, one as a box-to-box, one as a DLP, one as a DM. I ended up settling on the DLP, and the box-to-box midfielder works very, very well. Then we have 3 ball-playing center backs and a goalkeeper. When it comes to out of possession, though, we've got a center forward up top, 2 wingers, 2 wingbacks, 2 defensive midfielders, 3 center backs, and a goalkeeper. And once again, I was testing around with using the pressing wingbacks because I wanted this to be a little bit more of an aggressive, not only attacking, but defensive system as well to some extent. But I wasn't entirely sold on those pressing wingbacks just yet. I'm probably going to get them in the second version of this though. But now we get to those player instructions. We're going to do the in possession first on all of them. So for the channel forward, up top, we've got dribble more and shoot less often with make more runs. Both inside forwards have dribble more, take more risks with passing, and shoot less often. The deep line playmaker only has dribble more added. That box-to-box midfielder has move into channels and dribble more. Both wingbacks have stay wider, dribble more, crosses aimed at center, and cross from the byline. And one thing I do want to highlight very quickly, Mr. Giovanni Di Lorenzo, with how his attributes kind of are, which I'll show you them right now, right here. I didn't expect him to do what he would end up doing sometimes. If I locked him in to play every single game, there was a test that he ended up having 27 assists. It was pretty crazy. He only has 13 crossing as well and 13 passing. So it may have been like a once in a blue moon type of thing, but there obviously is the potential there for that to be possible from your wingbacks within this system and tactic. For that back 3, those outside ball playing center backs, they're going to have stay wider and dribble more added. And that central ball playing center back is only going to have dribble more, with your goalkeeper being left unchanged. And now when it gets to the out of possession, every single player aside from your goalkeeper has more often trigger press, mark tighter, and tackle harder. And like I've been saying, if you guys feel that tackle harder is a bit too aggressive, you're getting too many cards, then definitely feel free to take that down to ease off tackles or even just put it back on standard. I'd recommend doing standard because you do want some aggressiveness there. But now we get to the team instructions, and here we are with in possession. We've got shorter passing directness, higher tempo, less often time wasting, counter attack in attacking transition, narrower attacking width. We're going to keep the ball in play. We're not playing for set pieces. Build up strategy. We're playing through that press. Goal kicks are short to the center backs. Supporting runs, you got to go in here because I have them on both flanks for overlap. I've noticed that this year with the wingbacks, it's actually looking for them on those overlaps compared to previous years. So I really, really do like that. Dribbling is on balance, progress through balance, pass reception balanced as well. Patience, however, we've got work ball into the box. From shots from distance, we are going with discourage from what I've kind of found out through a boatload of testing now. It's best to leave it on discourage for right now. Crossing style, we have it on low crosses. Then once we get to out of possession, we have a high press line of engagement, higher defensive line, more often trigger press, counter press with defensive transition, standard tackling, balanced cross engagement, balanced pressing trap, then short goalkeeper distribution is ticked on to yes. But then with the build up for in possession, this is how we look up and build up play. Once we're in the progression phase, and then finally in that final third, absolutely love the look of that in attack. And then once out of possession, this is how we go from our high press into our mid block, into our low block. A lot of numbers back to defend. Absolutely love that. Very hard to break it down, and the more elite players you have in your side, the better this tactic is going to get. It's probably going to be one of my better tactics throughout the year for you guys to enjoy, especially when it comes to a 3-back. But there we have it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you wish to give this tactic a go, once again, please link my Discord down below in the description where you guys are going to be able to download this tactic for free from the download section of the Discord. If you did happen to enjoy today's video, please feel free. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is 100% free, so why not hit that sub button. Until next time, everyone, have a good one. Bye-bye.